Like, I don't even have the...
Given the fact that Nicole was worried about Benaiah saying he's not emotionally available, this, that, and the other, I think the reception they received from all the other couples should be reassurance for her, because the excitement the guys had when they turned up and the way you had grown men running to Benaiah should be enough for her to realize that he is actually a beautiful soul. It was cute to see them together. I love this for them. And then with the Catherine and Ollie situation, I feel bad for Demi. I feel bad for them, and I feel bad that every Love is Blind has to have these love triangles at somebody else's expense, and I don't like that at all. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment and share. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love is Blind UK season 1 episode 5. Nicole waiting for Benaiah to come, and then he walks in. Her excitement is palpable. And this is day and night when you compare this meeting to her reveal with Sam, because here it's just two people really excited to see one another. You can see their affection for one another. You can see the respect, the value that they have for one another. The fact that he just went straight out and said to her, "You look very beautiful," and she was actually surprised because Sam said, I don't care what everybody else thinks, I think she's beautiful. And their sit down and their conversation, this is what I think, because for her to say, "I knew it was you, it was always you, you're my strongest connection," I have a feeling production wanted Sam on the show, and the only way they could get Sam on the show was to get him to propose to someone. And so sadly, Nicole, because Jasmine refused, she was the one who saddled with the failed proposal. So she accepted the proposal, and immediately after they then broke things off, and still they could carry on with Sam on the show as, the first option and have Benaiah be the second option. That's the impression that I get, because otherwise it doesn't make sense for Nicole to say to Benaiah, "You were always it for me," yet she accepted somebody else's proposal. I give him credit for saying that, I was really heartbroken when you said no to me. And for her, she was saying, "Oh, you're not emotionally available." So what has changed to make him emotionally available to you? What is it? Just tell him the truth. There are certain things I wanted to hear that you're not telling me. And sadly, Sam was telling me what I wanted to hear. And this is why I felt he was the better option, only for me to realize at reveal that actually he wasn't, because I feel like he was putting on an act. And sadly, as much as I didn't want to hear what you said, it confirmed everything that you had already sort of said to me before. And so I'm so sorry. I like the fact she was apologetic. She apologized. She took responsibility. And he told her, you don't need to apologize. It is what it is. I love them as a couple. I love the fact that they weren't fazed by how the other person looked. I love the fact that they were complimentary of how their partners looked, because Nicole was saying, "I was expecting someone with dreadlocks, blah, blah, blah." She made a joke out of it. And he said, "Well, I have, long hair." And so it was sweet to see their back forth, and sweet to see how much they complimented one another, and it seemed they really liked one another. I was surprised that he immediately proposed. I'm going to say that. I was surprised that he immediately proposed. I would have loved them. If they're going to have a second chance storyline, they should have done the Bliss and Zach situation, whereby Bliss and Zach actually had 2 or 3 more dates before the proposal. But then maybe their connection was that strong, and the producers knew that, pairing her with Sam was just for TV. And this is why they were happy for the proposal to take place. She said, "Yes, I'm happy for her. I think he'll be a better husband to her than Sam was." Yes, there is the fact that, he's house sitting, but at the same time, he could be house sitting while he's sitting on a big bag. So he could easily buy a home if he wanted to buy a home for her. So I can't wait to see what happens next. So I'm a bit curious, because obviously Nicole accepted Benaiah's proposal, but this was after everybody else had left for Greece. Are they going to join the rest of the group, or are they just going to stay in the UK and just concentrate on their sort of partnership? Or will Netflix give them, if they do say yes on wedding day, will they give them sort of like a honeymoon retreat or something. I don't get it. Anyway, so you have all the other couples. They are excited. They're enjoying their time in Greece. Everybody seems to be, well, in a sort of good place. They seem to be in a sort of good place. Bobby and Jasmine seem to be doing amazingly well. Surprisingly, I didn't expect them to do that well, but they seem to be doing very well, and this is amazing for them. I root for love, so when love blossoms, amazing. Tom and Maria are doing amazing as well. They are my favorite couple thus far, because they are the ones that I see that actually have a connection. Benaiah and Nicole are sort of creeping up, but I hate their situation in regards how she had to accept Tom's proposal first before she realized that he wasn't it. But anyway, they do talk about, with Tom and Maria, they talk about the fact that Ollie told the guys that he had broken up with Catherine when Catherine is the one who broke up with him. And for me, I remember Ollie before he went into the pod with Catherine that he was talking about breaking up with her because he felt he wanted to focus on Demi. I wish he had come back to the guys, if it's true, and said to them, well, she beat him to it, and so she broke up with him. It seems this is going to be the elephant in the room. You have Stephen and Sabrina. They're doing great. I still think they have the massive elephant in the room, as I've said in my previous reviews about the children issue, but they seem to be enjoying each other's company. The fact that he wore a Speedo on international TV, he's a brave man. That's all I'm going to say. You have Freddie and Catherine having a conversation, and Freddie and Catherine are sort of talking about the fact that Catherine is upset because Ollie lied to people, and she wants to have a conversation with him to iron out this because she doesn't like it when people lie to her. And it's like, girl, it's not that deep. If you broke up with him or if he broke up with you, it doesn't matter. If you really liked Freddie, you'd be happy with where you are. You wouldn't bother about the noise in the background. And Freddie's even telling her the truth. The same thing, and she doesn't seem to want to hear it. She seems like she wants to address her issues with Ollie, so we'll see how that plays out. I can't wait for the love triangles, because this is when they come out, when the couples meet up. When the couples meet up, that's when all the drama starts. You have Ollie and Demi. They go on a date. Demi is sort of talking about the fact that they haven't been physically intimate. Ollie did bring it up. He's sort of asking her, do you have any anxieties or any fears? And it's like, why would she have anxieties and fears? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to ask her? I think he's not attracted to her. I hate to say that. I really hate to say that, because I don't like those tags being put, especially on women of color. But I think she's not the type of woman that he dates, and I think he didn't expect it to look like that. And he doesn't want to look like a jerk, because she's already said she's got endometriosis. And so he's going to try and be the supportive partner. But I don't know whether it's really that into her. I think it's going to take something drastically happening for him to wake up, like Kwame did about Chelsea, and then they will be okay. But it will take that event happening, and sadly it might be at Demi's expense. She might get her heart broken and have to forgive this man. That's the impression that I get, because they're talking about the meeting of the couples and who they're going to see, and their anxieties about that. And he sort of brings up Catherine, and you have Demi sort of say, Catherine and I look different. I don't know whether he'll be physically attracted to her. And it's like, oh, this is the mess that's about to happen now. So the couples meet up for that's their first meetup since the pods. And there's going to be drama, there's going to be tension, because obviously if someone was in a love triangle with the other person, then they're going to present. And this year, luckily, there's only the Ollie Catherine situation with Demi and Freddie. Everybody else was not in a love triangle. Well, their love triangle partner is not there, so we will have to wait until a certain point to see who they were in a love triangle with and whether there's still a connection. So you have the couples meet up for this mixer. Everybody's happy, everybody's ecstatic, and Catherine and Freddie are the last people to turn up, which is like, the producers want drama. They want drama. Benaiah and Nicole are not there. I don't know whether it's because they're still in transit or whether they're going to have a vacation later, as I said before. And so there is tension in the group, because obviously everybody knows that Ollie and Catherine were connected until they broke up, until one of them broke up with the other person. And so there's that tension that everybody knows that, while it's circulating amongst the guys and they've told their fiancés that Ollie told everyone that he broke up with Catherine, and the girls are like, no, Catherine said she broke up with Ollie. So there's that tension. And so I like the fact that Freddie was man enough to say to Catherine, if this is something that's troubling you, then pull Ollie aside, have a conversation. And Demi was already feeling some type of way about it because she looks totally different from Catherine, and she knows that there's a possibility that Catherine could be Ollie's type. Anyway, they sit down for this chat and they were flirting. I'm not going to hold back. They were flirting. Yes, she did bring out her grievance with him that he lied, or she feels he lied. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of flirting and sort of glances and sort of body language that was inappropriate. They were insensitive of their partners. That's what I'm going to say. Catherine was giving these googly eyes and Ollie was returning the same thing. And it's like, but you brought your partners here. How would you feel if your partners behaved the same way? And for her to be aggrieved about that, I don't get why she's aggrieved. I really don't. I don't get the big deal about it. Or you're making people think that I lied. Okay, fine. In that case, she should have sat him down with her partner and his partner and said, okay, guys, the four of us, this affects all of us. And I don't want to seem like I'm doing something shady, but this is where I stand. I broke up with Ollie and I'm sad that Ollie has been telling everyone that he broke up with me. That's hurt my feelings. End of the day. And then he would have apologized as he did, and that would have been it. I don't know why they kept giving each other glances to the point that Demi was uncomfortable. She was uncomfortable. She could sense that there was something there. Everybody else could sense the elephant in the room, until eventually you had Ollie sit down with Bobby. I don't know whether it's because that's his closest friend, and sort of confided in Bobby that, am I the only one who's noticing the glances that Catherine is throwing my way? And Bobby agreed that he was seeing the same thing. So now there's this issue whereby everybody wants to know, why is Catherine giving Ollie the eye? And he is now sort of semi-interested, it seems, in knowing why she's glancing at him, and he seems to really still have feelings towards her, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's understandable that they came out of the pods and a couple of days later they went, so the feelings would still be there, don't get me wrong, but I think they need to be sensitive and respectful of their partners, because otherwise their partners are going to feel some type of way, because the girls were having to try and pacify Demi. And it's a pity that as soon as this conversation ended, I think Ollie should have pulled Demi aside and said to her, hi, I just wanted you to know there was nothing serious between me and Catherine. It was just her upset with me for something that she heard that I said. I'll explain to you later when we get to the villa, but I just want you to know that there is nothing there for you to sort of be anxious about or be worried about. That's what he should have said. Because even Bobby told him that you need to sit down with Demi and just reassure her, because she seems very anxious and she seems very worried. And he said, no, I'll do it when we get to the villa. And it's like, I understand the privacy, the fact that he doesn't want her to sort of break down or be upset in front of everyone. But at the moment, she's very anxious and she doesn't know what to do with herself. So maybe it would have been a good idea had he addressed it first before they went to their villa, or had he given her just subheadings of what was said and then explained everything else fully. But hey, it is what it is. And then surprise, Benaiah and Nicole arrive. This is when you know that two people are very good people, because of how loved and how these grown men were running towards Benaiah and the girls were running towards Nicole. They were all ecstatic for them that they are now a couple, because I don't think anyone could stand Sam. So the fact that Nicole has broken up with Sam and is now with, Benaiah, the guys are excited because they knew that Benaiah really liked her. Yeah, he comes with issues that he doesn't have stability in his life in regards his home settings, but I think he'll make her a great partner. I think he'll be more empathetic and understanding and be able to provide her the type of love that she needs. Aww, I love how everyone was very friendly and very excited and very happy for Benaiah and Nicole. So the guys took Benaiah's side and Nicole went with the girls, and they sort of explained themselves as in regards how they're now reunited and how, things ended with Sam. I love the fact that Benaiah recognizes that he is punching. He is punching and he knows it, and he's so sweet and so delicate with her, and this is the type of attention Nicole needs. And the guys to tease him and say, yes, we know you are punching, was amazing. Obviously you had Demi sitting there. You could tell she was in her mind. She's really struggling to cope because her partner hasn't paid her any attention. Everybody else is kissing their partner, is talking to their partner, and her partner is miles away from her, and it's like, why? So after the mixer, the couples go to their rooms and everybody seems to be doing very well. Bobby and Jasmine as a team are united. Their only issue is now the fact that Ollie is now in Jasmine's crosshairs because she is not happy with the fact that Demi is upset, and so I think she's going to have a word with him. I like the fact that Bobby didn't feel the need to sort of debrief every single thing that happened between him and Ollie, which I felt was good, because you don't want tension whereby somebody saying, oh, your wife told my wife that this, or your fiance told my fiance this, that, and the other. So that was cute. Tom and Maria are doing amazingly well. They're in their own little paradise. They're constantly, the PDA, everything is happening in that villa. Sabrina and Steven, they're good. So you have this conversation between Bobby and Jasmine. Jasmine saying, I want to speak to Ollie because I want to find out what's going on, because I'm very upset about the fact that I don't think that he's giving Demi the right attention. If this had happened to me, I would have kicked off. And that's the truth. I think Demi comes with a lot of issues, as in body image issues, lack of confidence. And this is why she doesn't sort of confront Ollie, because even when she has a sit down with Ollie, I expected Ollie, as soon as they got into the villa, to say to her, I need to have a conversation with you. I need to debrief what happened between me and Catherine, and I want to sincerely apologize if that hurt your feelings in any way, or if I offended you in any way, or if you felt disrespected by my actions. I sincerely apologize. This is what he should have said. Not for him to say, well, I had a connection with her, but it's over. You are now my priority. And it's like, if she's your priority, then you should have pulled her aside as soon as you finished your conversation with Catherine. You should have debriefed her and told her every single thing that was happening. She shouldn't have to wait for you to have conversations with other people and sort of have to, drag the information out of you. And so I can tell that Demi is still not okay. She's still not okay with what's happened. She's still not okay with the crumbs that he's giving her. And it's sad that she cannot stand up for herself. She cannot find her voice to say to him, I need you to explain what's happened. I need you to give me all the details of what you discussed. Yes, she spoke about the laughing, but still, what else was discussed outside of their laughing? She needs to know. And I can't wait for one of the girls to sort of help her sort of articulate herself to this man so that he can get himself in order. Otherwise, it's unacceptable. And I refuse to accept disrespect on Demi's behalf. As far as I'm concerned, that was disrespectful. Whether Catherine is happy in a couple with Freddie, I don't like the fact that she felt the need to be googly eyeing somebody else's fiance and sort of dragging him for a chat. That was not necessary. Benaiah and Nicole are the sweetest thing ever. I like the fact that they're constantly holding hands. You can see that Nicole really feels comfortable around this man to be herself, because they spoke about going to bed and which side do you want, do you snore. It was really cute that he's really trying to understand her. I think he's with Benaiah. I think he's someone who's always been very reserved, and I think losing Nicole, or nearly losing Nicole, has taught him a lesson. And this is why he's making sure that he's emotionally available. He's making sure that he's very supportive of her, and he pays her the attention that she needs. Oh my God, they were the cutest. They're the cutest. I hope we get to see more scenes of them, because I think if nothing else, this is going to unite them and make actually a stronger connection for them. I hope they end up being like Bliss and Zach. That's my prayer for them, because Bliss and Zach are thriving. They're not a celebrity couple. They are just two people who met on a dating show and are doing everything to make themselves successful in their relationship. So I hope this is what Benaiah offers to Nicole, because I think she deserves it, as all the girls have said. Anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 4. Bye guys.